Hello, everybody out there listening. This is Mike Jones at uGospel.com, and right now I have a very, 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 very important interview for you guys with someone who I've been waiting to talk to for a long time, who I'm actually a big fan of myself, the one and only Miss Kierra Sheard. How are you? What's up? How's life?
I am great. Life is phenomenal. It's a true blessing for me here lately. I'm great. I'm happy.
I know, I can tell. It's been so much that you've been doing lately. Are you tired? Like, you don't feel overwhelmed by so much that's going on?
You know, it's funny you say that. I am tired. Sunday I missed church. I missed church because I was so sleepy and I could not get up. And I am a church girl. I go to church. And I'm on the praise team and everything, so I felt so guilty because I didn't make it to church. But that showed that, okay, I am tired. My mama kept saying, you know, Kierra, it's okay for you to take a little break, maybe a week off. And here I'm like, you know, I'm young. We got to do it while we're young so that when we get old, we can take a break. So right. I am tired. I am tired. I'm overwhelmed by the blessings and to see what God is doing in my life. But it has been phenomenal. Like, I'm just too happy, and I'm so focused. I've never been this focused in my career, especially since I was in school. School always kept me from work and my career. But finally, I've been able to give myself a chance and put my foot into my work. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's funny. I made sure I threw that in there because I just was looking through. I do follow you on Instagram, but I had saw your picture. You said something like, the sleepiness is overwhelming.
Yes.
Okay, first I want to say big kudos to you for your performances at both the Stellar Awards 2013 and the Celebration of Gospel 2013. You actually hosted the red carpet. Were these your first time doing solo performances on both of the stages?
Yes, it was my first time. I think it was. I want to say it was. The other time I performed with my cousin J. Moss, and then another time I performed with, I think I performed with Coco and Fantasia, the girls, Lil Mo.
Yeah.
And then this time, yes, I think this was my first time performing solo. And I still was on there with my mom, so.
Yeah. Well, not at the Stellars, and that was live. Was that kind of add more pressure onto the performance, or did it just feel natural?
Well, you know what? It felt natural, but yes, it did put pressure on because I get nervous all the time. That's number one. But you know what? The Stellars, I did have a solo performance off of This Is Me. I did Why Me, that song off of that record. So that was my second time performing as, you know, by myself. But I was super nervous because, you know, I was nervous that time, the first time, but the second time I think the first time I cried because I was nervous. But I was nervous to answer your question, yes.
I don't even know why I'm going to mention this, but when I'm about to do interviews, sometimes I get real nervous. And it was funny when I was watching your show, something that you and Karen have both mentioned is that, you know, you're nervous before a show, and sometimes you guys have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, oh, wow, I kind of feel the same way. Like, if I'm about to do an interview, I'm so nervous. Like, oh, my God, I got to go to the bathroom. But enough about me. I want to talk about this. Yeah, real talk. That is real. It's just, I don't know what it is. Now, the Sheards premiered 2 weeks ago. We're already 2 weeks in. And, of course, everyone is loving the show. Like, how does it feel to be, I don't want to say the star because it is a family show, but how does it feel to be on a reality show now where, you know, some people may look at it bad because it's intrusive, while others look at it as it's good because it's showing how you're so relatable to others. So what is your perception of the Sheards and, I'm sorry, not even reality show, Docu-Series?
It is unreal for me right now because I'm like, no way, I am not on BET with my family. No way, I'm not on TV, and we've gotten over 1 million views, you know, for the first. It's just like, no way, I don't believe it. So I am just in absolute awe, and I'm always asking God, Lord, the more doors you open, continue to take me from faith to faith. Don't let me lose myself, and allow me to stay with you forever. Because, you know, fame can, when you get famous, you can kind of lose yourself, and you can kind of lose honest people around you. You can have a lot of yay-saying people. And so it's like unreal to me, but I'm always, and I guess a lot of people, some of my people tease me and say, you just got to enjoy the now moment. And I am, but I just don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose my foundation. So to answer your question, it is a phenomenal experience. It is such a blessing, and I can honestly say that I'm experiencing the scripture, the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and out of no sorrow, because I've been praying and asking God to let this show be a blessing to the body, and don't let the people feel ashamed, you know, of the work that we put in the show. And to see how, you know, there's no sorrow right now, Mike. That's all I can say. And that goes to show that it is an open door from God, you know, and it's a blessing to be able to be transparent with the world and let people know that you can be a Christian. You're going to have some downfalls here and there. You're going to have some things that are going to kind of knock you upside the head. So it's a great thing. It's a blessing. I thank God for it every day.
Now, while you were filming the show, did you ever feel any type of pressure where it's like, well, I kind of have to say this because the cameras are here, even though this isn't really how I feel, or is everything just 100% genuinely Kierra?
Some of it is the pressure of the camera because I know people want drama, you know, and you kind of got to put a twist on some things to kind of get the ear or the eye of, you know, somebody that may not be saved and maybe somebody that is saved. But I will say I kept my line. You know, I didn't cross my line is what I'm trying to say, because I remember I have a youth organization, and I can't disappoint the young ladies, the young men that are, you know, a part of my ministry. You know, when the show is over, if we don't get a season 2, if we get season 8 or whatever it is, God's will, at some point in time, the show will be over, and I still will have to be viewed as a minister and be worthy of my calling. So I had a line, and I stayed within those boundaries.
Amen. That's awesome, and I do definitely respect you for that. One thing that I do love about the show that I see you do, even though, like I said, it's only 2 episodes in, but, you know, whenever you're out with your friends, and of course y'all all over 21, but when your friends kind of want to drink, of course you tell them you're not with it or it's not good, but you can't really, you know, they're adults, so you can't tell them what to do, but you clearly don't support it, which is good, too. You like, I like that because it shows that you lead by example, and, like, you know, you can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do, which would be, you know, not have a drink, but you can lead them, like, that's not cool. Like, why would you even drink that with me? Because all it takes is somebody to see a drink at the table, and then it's, oh, Kierra was out drinking. You know what I mean? So I do definitely respect you for sticking to your guns and not going in with the peer pressure, at least on TV anyway. and that's in real life. You know, it is in real life. That's not for a show for me. And then it also goes to my circle. My circle is really small. And I'm not with Shan and George every day, but when George is around, we'll kind of say little nuggets to George, like, George, you got to calm down. You can't do that kind of stuff. You know, so my circle is small. My friends are saved. Not everybody is saved, but I have friends around me who will cover me and say, you know, you can't do that. You can't do that right now. You are Kierra. And, you know, to us, you just Key, but to somebody else, you're just Kierra. And so I think that's very important. And hopefully if we get a season 2, you'll see, you know, my friends say, hey, this is not what you can do. You can't do this, and I'm not going to let you do it. And that's what you need around you. So that's my real life, and I've you know, kind of distanced myself from relationships or people who I've had to do some extra explaining to, or if I had to, you know, try to tell them, could you not do this around me? So this is a good interview, so I might start talking too much, so let me stop right here. No, it's fine. Trust me, I definitely wouldn't try to manipulate or steer the interview in the wrong way or make it sound bad in no way. Now, you know, Mary have been successful with their reality TV show. Have you, like, reached out to them, or have they reached out to you to kind of give you tips or advice on how to, you know, keep your head up? Because reality TV, there's a lot of backlash that will come with it.
Absolutely. I actually sat at Erica and Tina's feet and asked them questions, and they gave me nuggets, and I went in their dressing room. I invited myself in their dressing room, and I said, okay, I got some questions, and they were so sweet and so humble to, you know, share you know, their wisdom with me and their, you know, their pieces of honesty. And I took a lot from it. I gleaned from it, and it was a blessing. They're a blessing to me. And I will never forget Erica and Tina and Warren Campbell and how they believed in me, and they believed in me with their actions and by giving me opportunities, you know, to be on such great records like God and Me. That was like my biggest hit ever. And it was just a great opportunity. So having said that, I did get some nuggets from them, and I love them, and they're great people. And one thing that Tina said to me that I'll never forget is it's okay to just be sometimes and not be in control and not have everything all figured out. I will never forget that. And Erica said a lot of other things to me as well. And so to answer your question, I did get some nuggets from them, and they were great.
And, you know, like they said, sometimes it is good to be and not always have to be in control, because at the end of the day, of course, God is always in control. And I don't think he would give us any task or trial that he doesn't think that we'll be able to turn around in our favor.
You're right.
Do you feel like it's self-pressure, or is it other people kind of pressuring you to fit a certain look? Or is it you just want to feel a different way? Or what kind of makes you even pay attention to that kind of stuff?
What makes me pay attention to this kind of stuff is because, number one, diabetes runs in my family. It is something for me that I want to conquer. I've been a big girl for a long time. I was in a relationship before, which I'll talk about briefly on the show. And I always thought that my weight was a problem. It wasn't a problem for him, but it was a problem, you know, in the back of my mind, because it was my own personal insecurity. So whenever something doesn't go right in a relationship, with it being my insecurity, I'll always just automatically think, oh, it's my weight, or whatever. And then I was much meaner. I mean, I would curse somebody out fast. I mean, I would flip out. I would fight somebody fast. It was all because of my hidden insecurity. And so this is something that I've wanted to conquer. And I'm confident with where I am now. However, I do want to lose some more weight because I'm in the cameras now more often. And if I'm going to be a role model, you know, it's just a certain way you should look, you know, to encourage young ladies to look good, and you don't have to look skanky or nasty. And I think I'm carrying that, you know, pretty good now, but, you know, it's still sometimes where my weight shows through my clothes. And so I would definitely say it's something for myself, but at the same time, I think that my outer appearance should inspire another young woman as well, and not just what I'm saying, but they should see something different about me. And I think I know that that's what that is. So I just don't want to be fat. Then I have a whole life ahead of me. I'm going to get married one day. I'm going to have children. I don't want to have a child and never lose weight again. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how to get it down, get it up and down. So that's where I am concerning my weight.
Yeah, and I definitely agree. You know, if it's for health reasons and stuff and just to be more fit and stuff, I definitely agree. But if it's internal, if you're worried about how you look, I just want to say, you know, you are a beautiful young woman, so which I'm sure you already know. You're fine, trust me.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk about this upcoming project. Have you set a release date, or is it anywhere near being finished? Do we have a title yet?
We don't have a title yet. I would love to kind of save the ideas that I have, but I don't want anybody to steal my ideas.
You could. I mean, because this interview will be out there, so you can always say, hold up, I said that first in that uGospel interview, and now she want to take my title.
Okay. I guess I can give it away. We're still working on it. The record is almost done. But I'm thinking Free Forever is the the title of the record. That's what I'm feeling like. I just feel free. I love it. And I don't know. Once I did Free, and I really walk with God and actually invested time in my relationship, and the more time I invest in my relationship with God, I really you know how you remember scriptures but you don't really experience them? I can honestly say finally I've applied the word, I've studied the word, and I'm really learning what it can do for you and what it means, you know, to actually walk with God and to make sure that you're in his presence as long as you can. You really can find a freedom. Like, my days are peaceful. You know, not everybody's day is going to be peaceful, but I mean, if you walk with God and you let him counsel you and let him be your comforter, you really will find a freedom. And so I have really been believing into just, being free and freedom and having fun, enjoying your life and being obedient and not bumping your head if God gives a warning before you walk into the ditch. So I'm thinking free forever. The record is almost done. I've done production with my brother, Kierra Sheard, and I love every bit of it. I did some music with Clark-Sheard, which is a British producer, and I love it. He's done work with Chris Brown, Maroon 5, and so many other names that I could name that he's done. It was a God experience with Harmony Samuel. And then, of course, I just worked with Babyface and Tony, which is his partner, who was also phenomenal. And we're still working on that. We're still kind of getting the gist of it. And then you'll see Rodney Jerkins on one of the episodes. So stay tuned for that. And it's going real good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think the episode with Rodney Jerkins was the one where he was kind of trying to push you away from working with, the ultimate team of you and your brother, Jay Drew, who produced a lot of your songs. Yeah, that was Rodney, right?
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure I could ask, how does that all work out? But I'm pretty sure you want to say you have to stay tuned to the show to find out. Or are you able to share how did that turn out?
It came out good, but you got to stay tuned for that one. Like, I can't tell you everything.
Okay, Kiki, what's next? What's your next performance? Are you going on tour again?
Hopefully I will go on tour again. I would love to. I had so much fun on the United as One tour. I'm praying that, it just gets bigger so that I can do tours that are just not in the churches, but we're in stadiums, we're in theaters, and we're having big screens and explosion and it's major production, choreography, a live band. I just want that. That's what I want. And so hopefully one day we'll be able to do that same thing. I am supposed to be doing a date with Lecrae soon that I'm really excited about. I've been trying to partner with him for a long time. And I don't know the city that it's in, but I'm sure I'll tweet and Instagram about it soon.
Well, I definitely see all that stuff happening for you in your future because you have all of, the pieces for greatness. Now it's only up to you to just put everything together and put it out there and just go for it. Just do it because there's, literally nothing in your way stopping you from achieving everything that you want to do.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
No problem. What inspires you, I don't want to say swag because I don't want to sound too corny. Lately, I've been seeing you on of course, I was seeing with the Celebration of Gospel, the Stellar Awards. Celebration of Gospel, he was rocking the leather with the spikes, and then on the Stellar Awards, everything was dope. Is it kind of like you want to be edgy but not overstep the line, or just what kind of goes through your mind where you say, okay, this is what I want to do for this is what I want to wear for this show, or this is what I want to wear for this red carpet? What inspires you to express yourself fashion-wise the way that you do?
I'm into fashion, number one. I like looking cute. I like looking hot. I like looking, I'm trying to find another word other than sexy because I don't want to beat me up on that. But I like being attractive. I don't like, I don't like, now this may be weird, but I don't like a lot of attention, like unhealthy attention, if that makes sense.
Right. I know what you
mean. I do like, for a guy or even a sweet, genuine woman to tell me, that kind of thing. So, and I like to look good. I like to look good. I'm a big girl, so I like to do the best that I can with my figure. And I like to be edgy. My dad has always had a problem with that somewhat because I used to dye my hair all types of colors. And I think the Lord saved me. I know the Lord saved me just in good time because y'all would have seen me with my hair being purple and all of this stuff. So God has transformed me. Amen. But I think that I'm just into fashion. I'm always following fashion blogs. I'm always buying magazines. My mom just told me to stop subscribing to these fashion magazines because they're all over the house. So I'm just into that. That's what inspired me. And then you got people, fashion moguls like, Rihanna, Beyonce. Chrisette Michelle has great style. Cassie has great style. And you just don't see that in the gospel.
Yep.
And I think that, all fashion, art, music, all of those things are kind of intertwined. And If you like art the most, you'll appreciate music if it's good. If you like music, you'll appreciate fashion, because everything is those three are kind of intertwined. And so I think that that's where it all comes from.
I know you just mentioned your mom for real quick, but I wanted to ask, how does she feel when she just sits back and look and takes it all in and looks at the woman that you have grown to be? Because I know around last year we did it, and actually I think it was for one of your album release parties at Warm Daddies in Philly, when you were talking about, when you and your mom were listening to the finished product of the album, that you two just like cried together, and she was just so proud of you. So has she ever expressed to you how she feels just looking at the woman that you've become today?
Yes, both my mom and my dad, they're always expressing to me how proud they are of me, and that is even more inspiration, as well as motivation, because you want to do your parents' heart well, especially when they've trained you well, especially when they've done all they can to keep you out of trouble and to raise you right. They're blessings to me, so I don't want to hurt my parents, and I think we all kind of go through that stage where we hurt them or disappoint them, and I may have some times later down the line where I'll disappoint them, but I want the disappointment to be less than, let me say this right, I want the proud moments to outweigh the disappointments. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
So they're always saying that to me, and it does my heart well, and it encourages me to keep going. So I'm just excited to hear that my mom and my dad are proud of me.
I think anyone who's been a fan of you or anyone else that's in your family can collectively say that we all are proud of you, Kiki. Definitely holding it down for the gospel community. Of course, with your edgy style and everything, that's all cool and everything, but you still are so transparent and just humble, and, everyone loves you.
Thank you so much, Mike, and thank you for your time with me. I know I missed the other interview with you, and I was I got to get on this one with him. So thank you for understanding, and I really appreciate it.
Kiki, again, I want to thank you for having this chat with me today, and I do want to wish you the best on everything that the Lord has in store for you, that you're about to bless us with in the future.
Thank you.
And just, I'm rooting for you. I wish you the best.
Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, and have a blessed day. It was my pleasure talking to you.
You too. Same here.